Everyone, welcome back to the channel. Brook Valley Life and Brook Valley Archery again. And today we're going to see if my new workshop actually works. One of my young archers who I'm helping coach at my local club, he has been shooting some 1,300 spine arrows from about 27 pound bow, and they're showing really weak. So we looked at what was available and we purchased a set of Pandarus Infinity, so that's 4.2mm arrows from Auckland Archery Supplies. A big thank you out to them, Richard Lynn, up there in Auckland. If anyone's in New Zealand, need anything, check him out. Brilliant guy to deal with, and yeah, can't go wrong. So the arrows have come. Took them to him today and he's asked if I can put them together for him, and I've said yeah, no worries, and I thought I'd make a video of it and we can see if the workshop works. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep them full length to begin with. We're going to put the pins in, we're going to put the points in, and then I'll fletch them. Then we'll get them to shoot them and we'll see how well they tune. So what I'll do is I'll make up all 12, but I'll only fletch 10. So I'll give him 2 bare shafts to begin with, and then we can see how they shoot. We can always shorten them. He's a young lad, he's growing. His technique's getting better all the time, so his draw length's getting a bit longer, so I don't want to cut him too short straight off. And yeah, we'll see how this goes, so stay with me and let's go and have a look at these arrows and get them made up for him. So here we are at my arrow building station. I've named it. And we've got the Pandarus Infinity arrows for one of my young archers. Now we're going to keep them full length, but we'll put the pins and nocks, or the pins, points and nocks on, and we'll fletch them. There's 2 that I'll leave unfletched so we can bare shaft. And if they're showing weak, we can cut them back because these are well longer than his draw length. He's not using a clicker yet, but we're looking at that in the near future. So we can actually progress with his arrows and adapt them to his shooting as well. So let's first of all see what we get in the packet. So here are the, let me bring this up close, hopefully it's the right way up, the Carbon Infinity arrows from Pandarus. These are 1,000 spine. I'm not sure if it even says it, I think it does, yeah. So it's 1,000 spine, and yeah, they look pretty good actually. As I said, they're full length. We're going to keep them full length to begin with. They come with, these look like 80 grain points, maybe 100 grain points, break off, so we can come down. I'll measure them to check exactly the weight of them for each one. They come with pin and pin nocks as well, which is excellent. So all we need is a little bit of glue, hot melt, and we can get them in. And they come with a full set of Pandarus vanes, and I found these Pandarus vanes are very good. So I've got the glue, my Loctite 401, that I will glue them on with, and yeah, everything looks pretty good. So the first things that we'll do is put the points in, then we'll put the pins in, then we'll put the nocks on the pins and then fletch them. So let's get into it and start making these arrows up for this young lad. So the pins are actually 80 grain pins, which is cool for this size arrow. Now I know some of you do this a different way, but this is the way I've always done it, and it works for me. Never had a pin or point fall out. So that's all of the points glued in. I wedged them in here, so there's a little bit of force running through them to hold them in position. Yep, and there we go. It's the next pins. Okay, now we're going to look at our pins, and I swear by pin nocks and pins. I go through quite a few nocks. I shoot a lot at 18 meters with shooting lots of arrows as well. Usually 12 arrows at a time. And yes, I break nocks. And yes, I do break pins. However, it's maybe that 1 in 100 where I actually damaged the arrow. Now, I did damage one the other day. I'll put a video up of that one. And I don't know if I've still got it. However, it doesn't work all the time. Now, back when I was shooting in Recurve Open, back in 2017, I think it was, I bought myself a set of Eastern X10s. And here they are. Hopefully you can see that. My first shot with these arrows was at 30 meters. And that's what happened. I was sick to my stomach because not only did I ruin this one, but also the arrow that hit it pushed the point back up inside as well. So there was $200 down the drain on my first shot using these X10s. It's one reason I will never ever use X10s again. One, I just can't afford them. It's crazy the price that they are. And I don't like the aluminium core to them as well, because it comes away from the carbon I found when you hit them. I've not tried the Pandaris CA320s because I believe they're carbon aluminium as well. But yeah, that's these things. So this is what can happen. I say 1 in 99 or maybe 1 in 1,000 this happens. I've only ever had 2 arrows with pin nocks be totally destroyed at the back end. It does happen, but most of the time it just smashes the nock and away it goes. So let's get these pins together. So here are the pins. They glue in the back end. Hopefully you can see that. They glow in the back end, and the pin nock goes on top of it. Real simple to put together. Heat it up. Melt the glue. Grab your arrow. Wiggle it as you twist and push in so the glue gets all the way around. She's in. Now I turn my arrow around, push it down so it pushes and pushes, so there's no chance of your arrow coming out. There, your points or pins being pushed out. So the next stage is to take our cleaned arrows, yeah, all nice and clean top and bottom, take our pins and then put them on. Now what I usually do is I look along here for the name and see if they've been spine aligned. These ones haven't. They're only a cheap arrow, but they should do really well. And what I will do is I will line up the affinity with the edge of one of these and push on, and there we go. There we have one arrow bare shaft ready to go. Now the other thing that you can do, if you have got pins that are quite tight when they go on, you can use one of these, and this is a pin knock tool. It's just a knock tool really for pushing in knocks. So what I do, I'll let you see this. I look for where it says infinity, put it on. If it's tight, I'll put it in there and push against it, and it pushes on that way. So you're not pushing on at an angle, so you're not going to bend the point or break the arrow or do anything stupid. And all we're going to do now is fit the rest of these pins ready to fletch them. And as I said, we'll fletch 10, and then we will keep 2 bare shafts so we can test them, and we can always bring them back. And if they are too long, what we will do, we'll just heat up this end, pop the point out, cut back to as far as we want to go, and then glue the point back in. There's your arrows done. So there's 3 done as quickly as that, and we will carry on and do the rest, and then we'll fletch them. So it turns out I need to do this here because these don't fit underneath over there. So that's why I've got this table as well, which is cool. So this is my Midas fletching jig. It's pretty good. We put it on. I can spin it around. 1, 2, 3. It also gives me holes for a 4-hole for 4 fletches if I want them. But we'll start off 3 fletch and see how we go. So on the point here, don't know if you can see that, it's graduated, so you can make sure that the fletching goes into the same spot each time. And what we do is we put this on, push it in, push it on, let it set, and away we go. I'm just looking to make sure I've got enough room behind the fletch, which I do. So the bottom bit will be on 2. And we are using Loctite 401 for my fletchings. All the fletchings I do now are 401. Why? Because it works really well. And with this, all I'm going to do is put 3 drops, 1, 2, 3 on there, no more, don't need any more. And push that on. And all we're going to do is let that set. In fact, those 3 drops were a bit big. So I'll take a little bit of cloth, wipe off the excess. It's the last thing we want, there's excess super glue everywhere. Spin that around to the next bit. Get out of that excess. Perfect. So the next is going to be 2 oranges. And again, we go to the 2 on there. One, 2, and drop on 3. Now I like to get it at this point here, especially the top point, because that's where, if it is going to come off, it will peel off. Push that on, let it set, a couple of seconds. My hay fever's got really bad today. Should be set. It doesn't take long with this. And again, I think looks like I got some super glue onto there. I'll have to clean off. Again, last one. And this is how quick it is. take it down to 2. 3 drops, 1 in the middle, 1 at the top end, and a tiny one just there. So you don't use a lot of this glue. Now, I've always had issues with fletchings coming off when I use the proper fletching glue. Why? I don't know. Did everything we were supposed to do, cleaned it, and I found you don't even have to clean these ones for it to work properly. That's set. Off we come. And there we have a nice might have to move that around. There we go. And he's left-handed, so cock feather out. Oop. So we cock feather out and low profile. Excellent. Spinning it on my finger and it feels perfect. Good. We just put this on the side, let it dry properly. Give it a good 24. I always say give it a good 24 hours before you put it through the bow, just to make sure that it's nice and solid. So what I'm going to do now is carry on, do the rest of them, and yeah, see how we get on. See if I can loosen this up because I've tightened that. So there we have all of the arrows that I am going to fletched. I've left one actually because I was going too fast and I forgot what I was doing. But I've got one bare shaft, all the others are fletched, and yeah, we'll let them dry fully, give them 24 hours, and then they'll be ready to shoot. I'll take them to the young archer next weekend, hopefully if the weather's good, and then we can actually try them out and see if we need to shorten them, lengthen them, or whatever. Lengthen them? I don't think we can do that. Okay, so there we have it. All the arrows are done. Fantastic. That's the video done. If you've enjoyed the video, please hit the like, subscribe, everything else YouTube wanted to do. It's all good for the algorithm. Let me know what glue you use for your fletching. I've tried quite a few different ones. I tried the old Fletch type Platinum Plus. Fell off. So someone said try the Loctite 401 and it's been brilliant. So let's see how they do. So keep shooting. It's the only way you're going to get better, as I always tell you. And I will catch you next time. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye for now.